What's going on, chat? CT checking in live from Respect the Hustle. Let's give a shout out first and foremost to our sponsors, the people that keep the bills on, that keep the lights on, bills paid. Shout out to Mixed Up Mobile Bar. Let them call the shots. They are Texas's newest mobile bar. Mixed Up Mobile Bar. They have cocktails available. They have mocktails available. They deliver. Book them now for any weddings, private parties, corporate events, birthday parties, and many more. They are TABC certified and fully insured. What's going on, chat? Beautiful Sunday. Man, I just know, chat, like I could have came at y'all Friday night. Could have came at y'all Saturday night. But I wanted to wait till Sunday to the end of football games. We'll have a lot. We got a lot to cover. We got a lot to talk about. So let's go through it. Okay, first and foremost, this episode is titled "The Punch Heard Around the World." Right? It has no no thumbnail. That's gonna come soon. I do gotta get better at dropping thumbnails early, but I thought about it. I was about to be late coming on just to make a thumbnail, and I said, why not make a thumbnail live for my audience that just want to know how to make a flyer, make a graphic? Why not make that live, then transition into the actual show? Um, but I saw an image. I was gonna go several places with today's episode, and I still might. But today we're gonna cover everything from sports to a lot of stuff. But we got a lot of sports to cover. I mean, it's been a long weekend. We had fight night on Friday night. Okay, we had Saturday college football. Okay, and then we had Sunday NFL, and it was a long weekend. It was a long weekend. Okay, starting with fight night, but nonetheless, this episode is titled "The Punch Heard Around the World." I was going to take this several places today, but I saw a graphic that had my wheels turning, and I still didn't even think about it all the way until I still didn't think about it all the way until probably 20 minutes ago, and it still was gonna be different up until about 10 minutes ago, and then that's when I decided, okay, let me do this graphic live, and it's really not gonna be nothing crazy. This image is already an image. It's not my image, but it's an image that I'm gonna tweak and mix up, and we're gonna take it from there. So we're gonna screen share. You gotta understand, y'all, when you make a graphic nowadays, it's so much. I mean, they got Canva that already have templates available. You could delete everything, start from scratch. It gives you some inspiration. It does a lot of things. But though we're gonna talk about a lot of things today, we're gonna start with um, the main premise of the show is the review of the Tyson versus um, Jake Paul. All right, you're gonna hear my opinion. You're gonna hear my taste. You're gonna hear what could have happened, should have happened, would have happened. Um, and when I put this image up, you're gonna be like, I see where you're going. See where you're going. I see where you're going. All right, so um, if y'all notice my JPEGs, my thumbnails for YouTube are kind of um, they're inspiration driven. Okay, I want something to catch your eye. What I've learned from just watching podcasts and things like that, especially one of my favorite podcasts is the and I'm getting better at it every day. But the thumbnail catches somebody's attention. The title of your video makes them click it, and then the actual content of what make people stay. And the main piece that I'm focused on is what is something that I'm gonna watch for 45 minutes to 2 hours, pretty much the length of our show. Make sure before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this to your friends. Tell them to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to our 10th episode. All right. When we get to our 10th episode, we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have some lights. Can't have music because we know how YouTube is, but we're gonna have some lights. I'm gonna have a little hat. We're gonna have some balloons. We're gonna do it big because we know out of 400,000 podcasts, less than 10% of those podcasts actually make it to their 10th episode. And we on and we knocking them out. We knocking them out. If you haven't watched some of our previous episodes, make sure you go back, check them out. A click here, click there, a share here, share there. You can like, comment, subscribe, give a thumbs up, thumbs down, just as long as you're doing something. Okay, let's keep it active. Let's keep it moving. All right, so yes, Canva can do some things like that. Give you some inspiration and give you some graphic inspiration, some graphic introduction. But Photoshop by Adobe, okay, you can go to it, click new file. The way how I pretty much do the images on for YouTube, the thumbnails, I always do a 6x4. It's already clicked. Okay, width 6x4, length, height 4 inches. You can change the orientation here of how you want it. I'm gonna do it horizontal. The resolution, keep it at 300. If you're doing, I don't really change these colors. That's, I would say more so if you're editing images, you can touch the colors. I always keep it on RGB because I'm pretty much just messing around with some quick images, and any images that I do import is something I'm editing. For these graphics, I really don't care about the overall layer and the color, the colorization of it, anything. All right, so at this point, click create. It's going to create an overall background layer. Now, I know this is not a video of how to create a graphic, so I might skip some steps. I might go over some steps. You might want a tutorial from me just based on just creating graphics alone. At that point, we'll come back for another episode. That's a different episode for a different day. But for this episode, once again, I need a graphic for, I need a thumbnail for this video. Why not create it? I don't want to post this video without it having a graphic. So that's what we're doing now. Pretty much everything I always do, it creates a background layer. At this point, I mean, you can, it's locked, but you can unlock it. Do that. I always create a layer on top of that just in case I want to move some things around. No matter what I do, if I'm creating logos on here, editing graphics on here, I pretty much just don't touch pictures. I don't create a layer on top of pictures unless I'm doing something like a blur effect or something like that. So I already added a layer. So now I'm gonna go to hold on. I'm gonna share this link out since we're just getting started. See, the goal right now, just like I said, just to build the numbers up, to get things going and everything like that. But I don't like the. We need a. We need a. I want that image, but I want it crystal clear. Let's go back. no, I just came right back to the same image. Let me see, y'all. Mm. And then pretty much any image you pull up, that's gonna be a horrible graphic. Um, you can just drag it to the profile. You can just drag it to the app. I don't know why my toolbar always leave. I hate that, and so I always gotta go and click tools. As of late, I have to do that. Hasn't always been like that. Mm. And then there we go. Always pops up. Yeah, this graphic. I'm gonna have to find another one. I'm gonna resize it. And trust me, this boring font ain't going to stay. Um, okay. Now I want a background. One of the old sites that I used to you can get some good PSDs. PSDs is pretty much images, layered images that you can layer and use and um, um, give me one. Yeah, so it's pretty much images that you can maneuver and mess around with. Um, I don't like this one being dragged because it kind of looks grainy. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, but let's see. Mm, let's do a kind of a graphic, kind of like we hanging up the gloves. All right, so if you haven't watched the actual the fight night watch party that I hosted, that Respected Hustle had posted. And yes, we ended a little early before the main event due to the way Netflix was acting. Um, but it's you know, y'all know my love and appreciation for everything Tyson is to boxing. Okay, he is boxing. Entertainment, all of that. Um, all right, let's see. And so for me, I was excited to, and y'all can pretty much just see what I'm doing. Once again, we'll do a individual video. Personally, you seeing me put together a full image, just image based only. But I do got to get to this content. But hold on, let's go to fonts. All right, so I'm thinking of now going to going to let's see if they got a Mortal Kombat type font. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. Let's see. This is a way for you to preview it. I like this one. So it's called, this font is Fighting Force. You'll download it, open the zip, open the folder, grab whichever text that you want to get, which this one just has one. I usually just grab both. I open up the apps. Hmm. And that ring is gonna have to go. Honestly bothers me. Would have been so blurry. Font book. So you take the font you want to get, put it on the font book that's on your um, computer. This is Mac. We'll install that, and then it's all over your computer. So, though I like that font right there, it's a little font. I just use it too much, so I don't want to use it now. Um, Fighting Force. All right, so then we're gonna keep the color the same for now. Let's change the. I do want this to pop out a little bit more, and this image though gotta go. Boom. This image, I want it a little smaller. All right, so what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to grab that ring one more time and just download the full file and not do a drag and drop, because the image don't look as bad as it looked um, on here. See, that does produces a little bit better. But I don't want to pull it out too far, and have it distorted. And actually, what we'll do is, yeah, that's too much. All right, that's that. All right, so let's see. I need to pull this one up more. And it's the layers, what puts what in front of what, so on and so forth. Hmm. What I do is I make it bigger like that, and then put no. there, kind of center it.
Let me ask you
Oh
a question.
Jesus Christ! Kind of center it, and then I do want to kind of change the opacity, which is changing like how much you see of that. I'll put this on top of everything because I don't want to change the color. I don't want to change that. Um, all right, so put that there, and then I can go and just mess with the letters. Um, see what it kind of looks like. Mm, let's go. I want kind of like a little. There we go. Mm, okay, so now just kind of putting a little pizzazz on the image. I do want to kind of put my image on there. And the way I'm gonna do that is I want a confused look on there. Okay, and then y'all already looking through what's popping up on my computer, and so then I'm gonna drag that there. Boom, and then this image is gonna be easy to grab. I don't have to cut too much. Oh, hold on. I knew it was gonna do that, but I ain't know that much. But let's just see if it still works. All right. So I just lassoed the image so I can be able to put myself there. Luckily, the shapes that kind of gave me is in the background is like y'all see it, so I don't have to explain. It's like triangle, so that's gonna be easy to cut. Um, Once again, this is just so I can get this image done. Cut that out, and it's just affecting the image. Boom, boom, and then now I do gotta fix this glove. Put that on top of the ring. Boom. I still want to kind of angle. Okay, so then I'll just save the image, save it as a copy, because I'm honestly not going to change it after this. All right, let me see. Da, 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 da. Save it as a JPEG. Save. Uh oh. Two. Save. Keep it at the same quality. Boom, I'm done. All right, so I'm gonna shut this down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. All right. Just don't want so many little tabs being open. So now I'm back. Boom. All right, and just like that, I have the image. So whenever I shut down tonight, I'm gonna just upload the image. Boom, and we're good. That's the thumbnail. All right. So all right. All right. So it took about what less than 20 minutes, and it's just a thrown together graphic. Graphics are really simple. Um, Shout out to all the graphic designers out there, everybody. So the fight. Let's see if we can find some highlights. Let's see some quick. Mm, all right, this is two. This is 3 minutes. So. All right, so
Is going to face Mike Tyson. We are putting the real and surreal, and Tyson in his trademark coming out fast, or how fast he can be at 58, Roy Jones. Rounds, Jake Paul 12 of 53, 23%. Tyson coming out aggressively. Tyson 7 of 34. They keep us with that mouthpiece. Left hook, triple left hook. Mike's hurt. Mike is hurt. Mike's hurt. All referees do, but Mike Tyson taking punishment here in round 3 from Paul. Taking bad punishment. Mike does not look good right now. Land a beautiful jab with right hand first. Right there. And knocked Mike off balance 2 times. And Mike was highly off balance right there. Find out sometime, but in terms of Jake Paul, you're right, Roy. He's turning into a boxer. Yep. Oh, good shot. And getting the left hook. Good shot by Mike. Paul looked down and come over with the overhand right. Wow. Right on Tyson's nose. Good shot. A little bit lower. Might have ended the fight, but that was a good shot. Looked like it hurt Mike a little bit. And then you see a left hook right there that was partially blocked by Mike's shoulder. But then when Mike landed a left hook on the neck, he hit him clean and hit him on the neck. But what is left in Iron Mike Tyson? Does he have the one knockout left in his arsenal? Fight. I'm a 54-year-old man. Many of my 50-something friends blew up my phone wondering if the old guy could do it for the rest of us. Unfortunately, reality had other ideas, and as much of a cliche as it is, it's because it's true. Tyson's final victory was against Clifford.
y'all did not understand. Right there. That's the shot. I don't know why I'm clicking other internets. That's the shot. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is the shot that is the punch heard around the world. The punch heard around the world. We will still be talking about that punch 20 years from now. Oh my Jesus. Do you not understand? The moment he bowed. Let me go back to it, chat. Let me go back to it. The moment we was here.
Much of a cliche as it is, it's because it's true.
Right there. Right there, chat. The internet would have shut down. We would have been back on dial-up, MSN, AOL. The internet that we know it, 5G, 4G, whatever G you have, would have been done. It would have been done. The internet would have exploded. Exploded. If Tyson would have just came over with an uppercut, overhand, any hand for the culture. Came through and just hit him as hard as he possibly could. So y'all gotta understand. All right. So respect to Jake. Respect to Jake for doing that. Y'all, that was my first time watching that video back, and it was pretty much first round. It's like, okay, cool. Like we all seen, the Tyson training. me see. This is it. No, let's watch this one. All right, we've all seen those, right? Just when they get posted, we watch them. I'm thinking that third round, because Tyson was moving, Tyson was grooving, right? The third round came. It was something when he stumbled that threw off the whole fight. From a moment of looking like a professional boxer to seeing a moment look sad. Like that was my first time looking back at that video, and I don't know if you could tell, but I was like wincing a bit, like Jesus Christ, like again, and kind of like my thing when I was watching the fight live was, don't knock him out, Jake, because I believe Jake held back on some of the punches. Some of the punches you could tell just him as from the training he's been doing and how he is. He's looking for that right. He's looking for the right hand. He's looking for the right hand. And he's gonna do the bomb signal and all of that stuff, right? And you could just tell when he was jabbing with that left, and even when he was getting some good left shots, he wanted to throw that right hand. But throwing that right hand would have ended the fight after the third round. Okay. Now, from what I heard prior to the fight, and I even mentioned it on fight night at the watch party. Make sure you check it out on Respect the Hustle podcast on this YouTube channel. Go back some videos and watch it. From what I heard, Tyson couldn't hurt or knock out Jake Paul, and he couldn't punch through on his punches. So kind of like even if he punch, just don't follow through. Just punch, pull back. You know what I'm saying? Punch, pull back. You know what I'm saying? If you punch and follow through, he could lose his purse. Okay. The guarantees that they had reached was Jake 40 mil, Tyson 20. Okay. But I believe after that third round, we literally saw all what Tyson could do. Tyson could not knock him out at that point. Now, we know who Jake fights. We don't got to talk about that in this video. We can talk about it at a later time when he fights somebody else. But the dude is a big dude. Dude is a big dude, and he has reach, the reach advantage. Not going to even bring up age. Not going to do it. Everybody's doing it, but not going to do it. Because a punch is a punch. Okay, you can't fake the funk on a punch. But Tyson was hurt after that third round. Even to the point when you saw him sit down at one point and just took a deep breath because, sparring, they're throwing some power, some haymakers for the camera. Cool, but in the actual contest when that adrenaline's up and everything like that, okay, you're going to get tired or faster. We know that. And it's just different. Though Tyson is he's experienced in that aspect. It's still been a while. And he was hurt in the third round. But the punch heard around the world. You gotta understand, if at that point in time, now let's talk about like Jake understood it. And it to a certain point where all the fun and games is over, we made it through this fight. At this point, it's about health. It ain't about money. It ain't about a result. Like, this man is hurt. And we both came here just because of his name and who he was as a boxer. We made a lot of money. So I'm going to respect him for everything he's done in boxing. Respect him to who he is as a person. And take this bow. And respectably, you seen Tyson. Tyson took it and understood their way to the final point, but there's no flurries we finna do at this point. The last 10 seconds when he hit it, and then they, the boxers, they just give it all they got. At that point, no. It's I'm gonna salute you. Like in this fight, I want this permanent image to be me saluting you. Like I saw, what made me think about that graphic was I saw somebody say Tyson should have did it, and but thinking about it was funny. But then, like, I had to actually think, like, first of all, doing that punch, Tyson would have lost that purse. Tyson would have lost that purse. That man would have got sued. Y'all, you gotta understand. Like, we would have been. It would have been a race war. It would have been a race war. And just the same race war would have been in that aspect as if it would have been if rounds 4 through 8, Tyson stumbling and bumbling. If Jake would have cocked up that right arm and knocked that man out, it would have been a race war as well in that aspect too. So either way, we ain't taking it. So both people, we appreciate Jake for not doing what he could have done. And we appreciate Mike for not doing what he should have done. Jesus Christ, Chad. You don't understand. That's still a funny image, man. That's still a funny image. Man. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. What else we got? All right, check this out, y'all. So, new segment we're about to do, right? Until at least the end of around Christmas, right? So we know that Texas run high school football, right? Texas run high school football. All right, Texas run high school football from the Duncanvilles to the North Shores to the Permians to the Cadies to the South Oak Cliff. I know they I think they lost in state last year, but shout out to oh no. Shout out to the Salinas, all the legendary high school football teams in Texas. What I notice is in this podcast space, and I've been hearing a lot of, is people trying to, there need to be an element for sports, like for high school sports. Me being a former coach, I got that avenue, I got that lane, I got, connections. I can still call some people and be like, hey, let's do XYZ. I don't want to do that right now, but we are going to cover the week 1 of the playoffs in Texas. All right? So, at this point in time, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Mixed Up Mobile Bar, let them call the shots. Mocktails available, cocktails available. They do have delivery. So, if you want to reach out to them at mixedupmobilebar.com or mixedupmobilebar@gmail.com. All right, so let's go to. You can tell I'm just clicking buttons. All right, so Texas football. All right. So we're going to pretty much go through, break down some brackets. I'm going to give you some of my predictions and we'll revisit it on a weekly basis and pretty much go from there. We know the state championship game in Texas culminates the week before Christmas in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium, Cowboy Stadium. All right, so let's check out some of these brackets. It's currently updated. Let's first visit 6A. 6A is the largest division in Texas currently. I think I heard they're planning on going to 7A. I don't know how many teams necessarily just going to go there, but nonetheless, let's fast forward. All right, so this is pretty much the bracket. This is bracket for 6A Division 1, which is the largest division for 6A ball. All right, so got Odessa Permian going up against North Crowley. Y'all, I believe North Crowley is, let me see. Fort Worth team, but I did see something about them earlier this year that makes me want to take this pause because we know how Permian is. Let me see. They number 2 in Texas. Let me see. Oh, can I do no music? All right, can I do no music? We know how YouTube is. Yeah, they're 11-0, y'all. They're 11-0. They put up 636 points this year, only allowing 183, and so they are playing against a legendary team in Permian. We know Permian sitting at Permian. This might be depending on what North Crowley exactly have. We know Permian can run the ball. Legendarily can run the ball. Sitting at 8-3, and I know records just don't matter, but they just don't score enough, I believe, to keep up with the high power of North Crowley. You got Koppel going against Lake Highlands. Midland Legacy, which is another good powerhouse team in Texas, against Euless Trinity. That's going to be a classic game. Allen, I believe they're going to take down Richardson. Warkwa against Duncanville. I don't see them touching Duncanville. It's going to be a good game, but Duncanville's going to run away with that one. You got the Woodlands going against Cy Ranch. North Forney going against Waxahachie. Conroe going against Bridgeland, which is going to be a very good game, but I'm going to take Bridgeland in that one. You got Katy going against South Falls. South Falls I know some people at South Falls. It's going to be Katy's not the Katy as yesteryear, but they got just enough to get past South Falls. And it is just going to eventually take it to the winner of the Ridge Point and North Shore game, which is going to be North Shore. North Shore is going to end Katie's week next week, but that'll be a whole nother episode for next week. We got Forge taking out Lamar. Pearland against the Tascasita. Tascasita is going to take that one. Lake Travis going against San Antonio Johnson. I believe Lake Travis should take that one. San Antonio East Central against Westlaco. And Austin Westlake is going to take out San Antonio Brennan and Buda Johnson against Los Fresnos, which I haven't seen none of them. I haven't seen them two this year, but I'll take Los Fresnos in that one. If you asking me right now who's going to win this championship, now North Shore is going to play Atascocita again, and they played earlier a few weeks ago, and it came down to the last second North Shore victory. That's going to be a classic when they get to region, when they get to the semis, up the quarters, I believe, out of there. So that's going to be a toss-up between them, but I'll say, hey, North Shore won it earlier. They'll win it again this year. They'll win it again a little later in a couple of weeks to play against Duncanville. Duncanville's going to take another one for Dallas and, keep that show rolling. Now, I'm going to just knock out 6A Division 2 because honestly, after 6A, shout out to the other teams, but we're not thinking about who's the 3A Division 2 champion, state champion. I'll give you who I believe is going to be the state champs, but I'm not going to go through each bracket like I just did 6A Division 1. Same thing for this one. South Lake, I just don't see them doing what they've done in the past to take it all the way to the state. semis. I think last year they went to the quarters. Um, Most people over there, Klein Collins. I don't see them doing it though. Um, Shout out to Katie Jordan. Katie Jordan has been rolling all year. The only loss they got on their record is a loss to Katie, but there was, I believe, it was a 17-7 game. Their defense was is pretty stout over there. For being Elkins, they was 20, I believe, 27-point underdogs. They ended up beating Shadow Creek last week. That was a pretty good game. Vandergrift has been a team to me that's popped out. I can see them being in the state championship game from representing Region 3 and 4. College Park stunned Westfield. So 6A Division 2 is kind of a toss up, but I can see Denton Geyer making it there, and that's kind of where I'm going to put it at. That's kind of where I want to put it at. No, I'm going to say DeSoto take 6A D2 crown. That's my pick. And y'all know I don't change picks. I'm not changing picks. All right. So for 5A D1. 5A D1. Jesus Christ, Abilene beat somebody 84-0. PA Memorial, I can see them going to the Final Four. Man, I see a lot of Dallas stepping up this year. Oh man. I must say, I see Highland Park in the Final Four. But let's say Alito. Alito's going to take the 5A D1 crown. And week by week, once again, we're going to go through these brackets and pretty much knock them out. Don't hesitate to reach out if you want to talk ball. I can talk this all day, so that's nothing. Richmond Roundel, they've been rolling in 5A D2. I can see them possibly making it to the Final Four. I don't see them making it to state. South Oak Cliff, they're going to have a good matchup against Huntsville this week. But it's South Oak Cliff. I can see them being in the Final Four. I don't really see them getting stunned unless if it's against a team that I really don't know much about, but I really don't see nobody stopping South Oak Cliff. I'm going to give it to South Oak Cliff, taking I know Midlothian is not a pushover as well, but I'm gonna take South Oak Cliff taking the state championship in the 5A D2 playoffs. 4A Division 1. 4A Division 1. Division 1. Stephenville, I know they're Stephenville and they rolling. Shout out to Salina. If you notice, I mentioned them earlier. They beat somebody 75-0. Oh man. Navasota, Surprise Yates, Neeville, they're going against Kilgore this week. Man, Bay City beat somebody 87-0. Ooh, man. And y'all, please remind me, because if I could get on here next week and I see something else and I say that's who please remind me. Nah, see, you said such and such was going to win. I'm going to say Tyler Chapel Hill makes it all the way through the Division One of 4A football playoffs to win the state championship. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Please don't. So 4A D2, I don't see Belleville making it, returning this year. Um, Hampshire for Ned, I don't see them making it. I can see them beating Sealy. Um, Silsby and Belleville, I can see Silsby beating Belleville and taking them, knocking them out this week. La Vega is gonna knock out West Orange. I can see Cuero running the table, and I'm gonna give it to Cuero winning for AD2. So, we got 3A, 2A, and 1A. Let's see. Let's just take a look at what these look like. Some smaller cities. Edna, I can see they're rolling again. I can see them making their. No one's gonna beat Hitchcock though. No one's gonna beat Hitchcock. So Hitchcock's gonna knock out Edna in the semis to go on and beat whoever comes out of Region 1 and 2. Shout out to Hitchcock. I remember playing them in high school. They used to have some twins that was crazy. I think, the brothers of, I think they called them boys the brothers of destructions. But man, one was running back, one was quarterback. 3AD2. 3AD2 Newton. We all know we ain't gonna talk about that. But East Bernard, they still out there. Lexington, you got whoever get this one, I would say coming out of Region 1 and 2. I ain't gonna give it to nobody I haven't played against. Sorry, not gonna happen. And I know I gave it to Hitchcock already, but it is just what it is. Those other games are a little bit personal. And then, of course, you got the 2A ball and 1A ball. I put Hearn in the Final Four. I haven't looked up a lot on some of these lower level teams, but I'm going to say Refugio knock out Weimer in the semis. They go on to finish it and win the state championship. That's how we'll say for that one. 2AD2. Haven't watched no 2A ball D2 this year, but the 70 piece from Munster, we're gonna say they're gonna win state. We're gonna reevaluate it later this next week. We'll reevaluate that one. And then some 1A ball. Whoever won it last year is gonna win it this year. Now play. Let's say Knox City. No, Jonesboro. I have seen a little bit of them in the past. And then 1AD2 Oglesby. Complete. They finished. Jesus Christ, Lorraine had 90 points. I said Lorraine, and that's what we was talking about, right? Lorraine. Gotcha. Lorraine. Shout out to the upcoming state champions, Lorraine. 90 piece on people. Man, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. But chat, so the Patriots, we back rolling on our way to this the road to possibly get our number one pick that we need. All right. So it's a little bit of everywhere today, but let's pull up. But shout out to all the Texas the high school football teams that made the playoffs. If you're still in the playoffs, congratulations. If you're not, just take what you need, even though it's by district. Take what you need from that. Continue on. I don't believe I ever lost the first round of high school playoffs football, but you made it. Just take what you need for the coaches. I mean, some coaches are gonna look for better opportunities. Some coaches are gonna get fired based on the situation. Just know who you all are. Continue to fight each and every single week. It's not you're not off now. It's basketball season, and you think you ain't finna just worry about football no more until track season over. Nah, if you don't want to feel this feeling again next November, it starts today. And though you finna get basketball, and though you finna get in off-season track, and hopping in all these other sports, soccer and all of this, whatever your passion is, follow it, but just know December is gonna matter in August. January, February, March, April, and May is gonna matter in August. And you don't want to. You just think the same teams that you're gonna play against next year, they might be still playing today. Some of them same opponents you're playing against today, they working when you not. So when you not saying don't play games, don't do don't follow your passion, don't get into other clubs and do other things like that. Do all of that, but just know you got to carve out some way to work. And at the end of the day, if I'm finna go and I'm finna work on my shooting, I'm finna work on um, my endurance for track season, or I'm finna go into a club and do whatever. Just know if I'm a receiver and I'm playing, I'm coming back next year, and we fell to fourth place in our district because of I made a mistake or I made a messed up read and whatnot. Playing against an opponent, that cornerback is going to be there next year, and I know it. How can I beat him this year, next year? Okay, so that's what I just got the message for y'all. And then once again, the teams that won, keep going, keep pushing. All right, let's see, Patriots. Today we played the Rams, and let's see some highlights. I want to keep all audio off now just to make sure that I don't get a strike from anybody. All right, let's see. We're not watching this full 15. We're gonna skip around a bit. This is a good return that we had. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Just slant route. Went through his hands on that slant route. I didn't like that route combination. It was two slants on play side, and I just didn't like that. Nakul was pretty nice. This is my first time really seeing him out there like that. I'm telling you, like seriously, we was to get Travis Hunter, and he plays opposite of Christian Gonzalez, and like the fact is we have Christian Gonzalez, and he's a shutdown corner. Like we don't need Hunter on he can spell some defensive um, plays, the first down play if need be. But I mean the guy's a stud. Like, and I would love to draft that guy. Would love to draft that guy, get that man up north. But it's just, you know, I'm thinking about the future already, and I don't want to make the playoffs this year just to say we made the playoffs. I had Patriots. We had plenty of um. I was saying Kendrick Bourne. KB was waiting to score for a while, man, and so he deserved that one. But you can tell that he was full of energy on that one. Great route, great hands, and man. But what I was saying was like, you know, he won 6 Super Bowls in 20 years, and I'm getting tired of going through these seasons of not doing enough, not doing enough, not having enough, so on and so forth. And so like now I know we got to reload on some pieces, and there's still some veteran pieces I want to get, but I don't want the 15th pick. I'd rather have top five, top three, top one. But ultimately, I mean, our organization is just pretty good organization. Uh, we ain't the worst. So, mm, 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 mm. But we can keep jockeying here, there. We keep jockeying. We gonna get there playing like this, wide open, touchdown. Man, it's crazy. Because we need then to have him defense cornerbacks taken care of, then back door to be able to just get a to be able to get a um he rounded that. We should have been there. And just the back door to get him on offense, a youngster like that, and then get a veteran outside presence or possession receiver. Either or, we just need. I want these pieces, man. I want a tight end. I want a running back. I just want everything. A linebacker, pass rush in, a safety, um, and that's the draft for me. I don't want to draft the O lineman. That development takes too long. I need, and Lord knows I don't care if it's a number one draft, like the overall pick. We ain't drafting no lineman. We don't need to. We still missing some offensive firepower, y'all. Man, post route crazy. On to finish the game. And I know we finished it with a pick. Mm, mm, mm. All right, chat. Topic: not talking about sports. Few topics. We got some things to talk about. What do y'all think about missed calls and missed text messages? No, wait, hold on. How can I word this? So missed calls and mixed texts. What do y'all do with them? Like, how many unread messages do you have on your phone right now? This is mine. The text messages at this top one right there. I got zero unread. Missed calls. I mean, my notification, the banner piece is off. It's down here at the bottom. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to do it against the glare, but it's however I want to do it. Oh man, but yeah, it's down here. Zero missed calls. I got one missed call, but if you can see, I cleared it. It's not popping up on my phone now. It's killing me with the email. Like with the email, I had one. I deleted that one. But notifications, these little things, I'm trying to catch the glare. How do I do this? Like those, I think it's 1, 2, 3. They gotta go. So missed calls and missed texts. How many do y'all have in your phone? Okay, it was a topic that came up, and of course, some people's numbers are crazy and outrageous. And I want to get a guest on here to be able to talk about it. I did not prep them. They actually the people that called me a second ago. Um, let's actually give them a call. Let's see. What's up, man? What you got going on? Okay, yeah, I got you on this podcast right now, man. I got a question for you. Listen. You on my earphone. You ain't on speaker right now. Hey, but check this out. I'm finna. I need to ask you a question. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. All right. All right, man. Jesus Christ. Nah, man. I just got a question for you. So you there?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to know how many missed calls and texts do you have on your phone right now as a notification?
I mean, missed calls. I don't know, like 4,000.
4,000. Okay. Gotcha. That's all I want to know. So I'm gonna talk about you a little bit, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna call you back. Bye. All right, so 4,000, right? 4,000. I just can't see the number. Like for me, like I've always like I delete tech like from since like having the Nokia 3310 with the snake game on my phone. Like I always just there's no point to have a text message on my phone from Sunday. Like, well, today's Sunday, but there's no point for me to have a text message on my phone from Friday. After I reply, the text message is gone. Like, I mean, probably not immediately, but and I probably got some Friday text messages in my phone, but by the time I lay down, ain't doing nothing. Like, I'm gonna go through and delete a Friday message. There's no point for me to have a Friday message on my phone. I know some people are like, well, okay, well, I need to think, well, maybe just in case if I got to go back to the text message. What I got to go back to a text message for, if it's something I got to remember, I'm going to just say that in my phone as, next Thursday, set an alarm. I got alarms for everything. So I got that piece down. But I might tell myself, like, let me, do this and do that. Right, but 4,000, I don't know what I'm missing off of 4,000. So I can't see that number. Same thing for pictures. I used to like, for me, numbers, pictures, like I delete everything. So let me call somebody else, right? This impromptu stuff gonna get me cussed out, chat. Just know that. But why not? We're doing it for likes, baby. We're getting likes, comments, subscribe, all of that. All right, so no answer with that one. But that's my thought, though. That's my thought. Um, Missed calls. If I get a missed call, I'm gonna delete it. If like after I call them back, I'm gonna delete the missed call. Like there's no point for me to see. Like even my call log, I might accidentally press a button and call them back for some odd reason. Like call history, they gotta go. Um, Once again with contacts, and I know I gotta do a better job because once again I meet a lot of clients that's like they're just inquiring about a house, and I'll save their number, and then we'll talk for a couple of months, and that falls off whether on either side, I'll delete their contact. Um, I gotta do I gotta do a better job of that. I know I do. I know I do. Trust me, I do. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got. Reciprocation. What do you feel about reciprocation, and not in the aspect? I think we touched on it a little bit, um, one episode in the past, but not in the aspect that of not in relationship based, but just in the aspect that, because once again, we already talked about how you can't expect anybody to do what you'll do, but how do you feel about reciprocation and affirmations? Put them in the comments and in the chat below. All right. What else we got? Let me see. What else? What else? What else? Now I seen one thing that said, um, in regards to the missed calls and missed texts, that like if I fall asleep and they wake up with 30 text messages, they're just gonna delete all of them or delete the calls without even looking at them, and that I don't agree with because for me I gotta see, I gotta see what's popping. Like I just gotta see. Um, their reasoning behind it was it's not like they can't do nothing about those text messages, but I'm like, I can't do it. Oh man, chat. The 10th episode is upcoming. I don't know how many episodes we got till we hit number 10. Oh man, let me see. See how many episodes. Let me see. I'm gonna go here. So this is, man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th episode. But then we also, and we have the video review, so I mean I'm not gonna count that. So this is the 7th. So got 3 more episodes now. Tomorrow, working on some. Actually working on the social media for Respect the Hustle podcast, and grabbing a whole bunch of clips, getting the clips together, pretty much getting the verticals and everything aligned, and getting the social media put together and everything. And I know I can make a social right now and drop it, but the plans I got for it, I want to make sure it's just done on its own day. So tomorrow we're not gonna stream. Tomorrow I'm not gonna be here. But you can just go back. You can click the link, subscribe, send this link to your friends, and then tell them to watch the video. Then for them to subscribe, and then comment, like, heart it, get some thumbs up, and then check out the just be prepared. Okay, be prepared. I think we're gonna launch it live. I'm just thinking we're gonna launch it live during the 10th episode, because once again that's gonna be a big party. We're gonna have a fiesta on that day. Cause that 10th episode, my thing is just about staying consistent, y'all. It's not about, once again, I know like how streams is. It's all over the place. That ain't the focus. That ain't the focus. The focus is going to be to do what I gotta do. Do what I gotta do to keep consistent content. Because by the time, if you just watched this video, if you just found this channel, and 50 episodes in, you got a lot of episodes to catch up on, and I'm here. I'm gonna be dropping them clips consistently, and that's why it took me so long to get this thing going. But I believe we're filming my shooting filming my shooting later this week, and one of the episodes I don't think Friday, maybe Friday. Friday or next Sunday, I'm gonna come at you live and we'll be able to. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So that's pretty much my stream schedule. I'm getting the social medias put together tomorrow. Um, Thursday, I know I'm busy. Friday, I think I'm filming the shooting aspect where we're not gonna come on the stream, and then next Sunday we'll come on the stream, do some recaps of the whole week, talk about the shooting and everything. And we don't want to talk about the shooting. I'm talking about the Gills Arena shootout that's coming soon. So I'm prepped up, getting prepared for that one in the gym, getting shots up, hitting the weights, just making sure that it's gonna be great content no matter what. My shots falling. You can't stop it. If it's not falling, I'm still bringing that to you live. Um, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm working on some guests, getting some guests on in front of you. Already got some people locked in, but for me, once again, it's just about getting the meat of it, getting everything prepared. Um, though I got my laptop over here and I'm working over here a lot today. My camera work today over here has been great, and I'm just thankful for y'all for checking in and tapping in with us today. Right? Colorado going, we already know they're going bowling, but I mean, man, they got a big matchup against Kansas this week. And for me, I'm gonna start taking a lot of more questions and stuff, questions and debates and stuff like that come to me during the week, and start just having them on the episodes because I really like that question for y'all. So make sure y'all come in and chat in the chat below. What y'all think about that question I gave, and just some more feedback on some other things we can post and mess around with. Sorry, y'all. I just don't see the Chiefs going all the way this year. I don't know who's going to beat them, but I know Buffalo just did. But obviously, I know Buffalo not winning the Super Bowl, so I can't just give it to them. Um, Trash. Yeah, very, very much so. Very much so. But chat, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, comment. Um, merch coming soon. Merch coming soon. Got some business things in the works. Got some investors in the works. Got some more ads in the works. Some more sponsors in the works. We've been consistent on bringing you the content, y'all. We've been consistent on bringing the content. Had a call in guest. We ain't even. He's gonna be a future guest on the show. If you know it. But you know, he looked like he was caught off guard. Might have cussed me out about a couple of languages over there. But hey, nonetheless, you know what it is. Respect the hustle. CT checking out. Appreciate you for tapping in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, subscribe. Sub. Send this video to your friends. Send it to your people. Send it to your boss. Tell your boss to tap in the next time we go live. So you already got the information for us. Tap in with us, man. Come check us out next time. Peace.